So welcome back, folks, to HaveSo Games. I'm really excited to be covering Phantom Fury here on the channel pre-release. It's coming out tomorrow, but I'm going to keep this video Steam Deck specific. I am going to share my honest opinions, so there will be pros and cons shared here today. It's not going to be some bias towards the game or whatever, but overall what I can say is I've been having an incredibly fun time with this game and vastly improved over the demo, most importantly. What I will do as well is I'll get into Steam Deck specific settings right now before we kick off, and the first thing to check would be your graphics settings specifically. And what you will notice on the Steam Deck is by default everything will be set to ultra, you will find as well. So I set the frame cap at 60 for the purpose of this video because I want to show the peaks and troughs of the performance. What I highly recommend you do is you leave it at full screen. You increase the gamma slightly, so I brought it up to 2.5. FOV stays as default. Gameplay camera shake, I turned that down a notch to 0.3. As I mentioned, the frame cap says a 60, shadow quality to high, anti-aliasing to high, the method SMAA, post-processing quality, effects quality, shader all at high. The UI scaling is 1 by. Now if you're playing on the PC, I recommend you can turn that down. That's what it looks like turned down at 0.5. That would be more beneficial if you're playing on a large widescreen monitor or a large screen. But for the Steam Deck, the UI scaling of 1 by was perfect. And I just notched down the film grain intensity to 0.5. So those are the settings that I'm using. On to sound, another little couple of tweaks. I just found the effects volume was a little bit too high. It kind of drowned out the dialogue. So I just turned down the effects volume by 0.2 and left the dialogue to 1.0, and also adjusted the music because by default the music was 10. So I've turned it down to 0.5. And the last thing to check is the control sensitivity and the controller sensitivity, vertical and the horizontal. I just adjusted them slightly up by 1.2 to 1.3. Those are my specific settings. Again, not to say that that's the ones you need to use, but those are the ones that I'm recommending that you use to get, I suppose, the best performance and best control out of your Steam Deck. Alright, just one other option that I forgot to show, folks. Again, if you're playing Steam Deck or controller specific, go to the very first options tab and then disable hold to crouch. I found that that was problematic while using a controller, so just disable that and it'll just have crouch as a toggle. So folks, this is the segment I kind of wanted to showcase. It keeps it relatively spoiler free, but gives a general overall look and feel of the game, as well as a good chunk of gameplay on road and also on foot. So I think stylistically and locale wise, you can see this location in particular definitely has a Half-Life vibe. In particular, Half-Life 2 Episode 2. I do think it looks rather gorgeous, but there's lots of variety in the locations. I've played about maybe 7 hours. So and between those 7 hours, I've definitely got a wide variety of locations. I think most importantly, what folks want to know, and in particular anybody that has played the demo almost 12 months ago, is how did it feel to play and how did the enemy AI behave? Because that was one of the biggest issues with the demo. I can happily say that the artificial intelligence is just vastly superior in every way from the demo, and the combat hugely benefits from this. So I'm using Shelly's iconic Loverboy weapon, if anyone remembers Ion Fury. And it's got this auto lock on target. If you hold down left, off with his head. Really fun to use this weapon. I just got to be careful here because I've got to sneak around. There's a turret, and you can also fire the Loverboy.
Don't fuck with me if you want to live.
You can also fire it regularly, like a normal weapon. I'm going to switch to the assault rifle here at the moment. Let's just slide this way. I'm going to use some of Shelly's abilities here now. Just block some of the fire here. I have to take some of these guys out. I got to get to that computer. Okay, I'm going to get to the computer now, hopefully. There we go. Third is deactivated. You have to be really quick with that little bit there. Let's switch it up and pick something else. A shotgun. So yeah, the weapon wheel, if you hold down LB and then you use your left and right analog sticks to select your weapons. I'm gonna go over here. I'm finding as well when you're using the Steam Deck, they put in the subtle but clever idea to make sure that you automatically pick up. When I was playing it on the PC, I found that I was using the interact button more than I have to use it on the Steam Deck, which is good. It just makes the flow of combat, especially on a controller, much, much better. As you can see, the performance overall, it's very, very stable. I've kind of grown to play the Steam Deck games at 40 Hertz with 40 FPS. And yeah, perfectly playable, I think. And it's like a middle ground between 60 and 30 FPS. Okay, we're going to go to a little vehicle section here as well. Let's take this. So again, pulling influence from Half-Life, most definitely. It's also got that mystery about it. It's just got this feeling of, I'm not quite sure what's happening. Shelley has to get to a certain location in this segment. But I always kind of want to progress because of that sense of mystery. Half-Life has always given me that feeling, and I definitely get that feeling as well with Phantom Fury. As I said, I do think aesthetically, I love this style of graphic, kind of semi-pixelated feel to it, which I really, really like. So just coming up on a section here again, I'm gonna get into a bit of vehicle combat. There we go, got those two guys taken out. Let's head in here. Again, I do want to really showcase the FPS combat. Let's switch to the iconic weapons here. Again from Iron Fury. And I'll show also her bionic arm.
The more you mess with me, the harder it gets for you.
Ooh, I've got to watch my health. Grab that armor real quick. Bowling balls as well. I'm going to showcase them in a moment. Let's just run around here, see if I can grab some health. Can I go in here? No, I can't. Yeah, I'm finding this shield as well as practical. There we go, we gibbed him. So as you can see, performance on the Steam Deck, very, very acceptable. And I think you keep a relatively high level of setting as well. So graphically and fidelity wise, you're pretty much playing on the second highest level. Nice, I got some health there. Let's move around. I think there's another guy in there somewhere. Ooh, we go in here. Again, I always love the way that lights the enemies on fire. So let's switch it up. I want to use the bowling balls to showcase that. And it's got this homing mechanic. This fucker. There we go. There we go, off with your head. I love that lock-on mechanic. There's also a high level of interactivity.
Gorgeous mother flacker.
Oh wow, a new weapon. So we got the mother flacker. And just as I say that, there's a high level of interactivity. So again, think of Duke Nukem 3D, but also think of how you remember Duke Nukem Forever should have been, maybe. If that explains it pretty well. So I'm going to power up this electricity box down here. So we're heading back down here after powering up that. Basically put power to the house. Knock on our switch here.
Would you look at that? Great Gramps had a secret lair.
Turn on the flashlight. The code for the door. Okay, so again, high level of interactivity. I forgot to check the computer up here. Again, so it's a thinking man's FPS too, so it's not going to hold your hand. You need to be paying attention. So there we go. There's the code 5062 on the computer upstairs. Let's tap that in. 50. 6, 2. And boom. So door open. Let's go in here. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to show that you can also upgrade your weapons. Now we're going to get into another combat section again. But yeah, the pros and cons overall, really, for the game in itself, I just, want to try and share as much as information as I possibly can for everybody. There's the pros being there's such a sense of mystery when I'm playing this game. The weapons are great. They're crunchy. They're fun to use. The variety in locations, it's vastly improved over the demo, as I mentioned previously. The bionic arm as well, it's not really a gimmick. It's actually very, very useful for combat. And there's just a general great sense of exploration. And these are I suppose, the biggest standouts for me. The cons are sometimes the vehicle sections can be a little bit kind of clunky. But overall, they're functional, let's say. And I do like the idea that you can move from A to B in the vehicles in certain sections. The other maybe con I have would be that there's no manual save system in this, so it works on checkpoint system. Now, the checkpoints are frequent, but yeah, it's something maybe specifically PC players would prefer, is probably having a quick save feature or a manual save feature, which the game doesn't have. I'm at one of the upgrade terminals here at the moment. What I'm going to try and do is I'm just going to upgrade one of the actual weapons. Let's upgrade the bowling ball with the cluster bomb. And then I'm going to upload the data here. And let's go outside and kick some ass. So we'll switch the bowling ball first, and then I will use that sexy new weapon I got. Oh, there we go.
What's the hold up?
Let's switch to mother flacker, as it's called. Absolute beast. Oh yeah. I'm just trying to switch up the weapons now and give a good showcase of the combat. Let's switch to the lover boy as well. Absolute beautiful weapon as well. We got more guys incoming. I'm trying to flank them. Let's switch it up again. And again. So here we go. I'm going to finish up this segment now. Let's use this weapon as well. I haven't shown folks this yet. A ton of guys there. Off with your head. Oh, my health. Oh no. I'm going in. Oh, down to my last hit points there. Wow, that was close. But yeah, like if you can't see how the combat has improved from what you're seeing now, again compared to the demo, it's definitely a vast improvement. And I really thoroughly am enjoying my experience. Again, there are pros and cons. I've called them out. But Steam Deck specific, can't fault the performance. Runs really well and plays really well, most importantly. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to cover more of the game over the next couple of days. And definitely a live stream as well. Let me know what you think about the game down the chat. Are you excited about the game? Game comes out tomorrow, 23rd. But I did try and share my open and honest opinions about the game. And again, taking a look back to previously what was shared about almost a year ago and how it has vastly improved. Yeah, overall, well worth it for any FPS fan. Absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.